Hey, sexy monkeys, welcome back to Sky Gene Experience. I'm host Ben, and today's Thursday, which means I do a top 10 segment. And today, I'm gonna do the top 10 Bruce Willis movies since that motherfucker's retiring, dude. Oh, I'm gonna miss my Bruce Willis. His movies of late has definitely declined, but the 90s and early 2000 was all Bruce Willis. Mostly the 90s, pretty much the 90s.
Channel is reserved for emergency calls only.
No fucking shit, lady! Do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza?
Alright, guys, so I went through all his movies, the list of his movies. I wrote down the ones I enjoy the most. So, this ranking of the top 10 Bruce Willis movies are the ones I enjoy the most. I'm not taking all his movies and doing the 10 best movies he was ever in. I'm not doing that. I'm doing the 10 movies that, if I was told, Ben, grab 10 movies with Bruce Willis in it, you can watch it for the rest of your life, and that's it. Go. These are my top 10. Alright, guys, so I'm going to start from the lowest all the way to the top. So, starting with 10th place and last, it is your 1998 Mercury Rising. A lot of people don't really know this movie. I mean, it's really down low. I'm really surprised why this movie is not known as much. It's definitely the vibe of like the enemy of the state. Really, the plot of the story is Bruce Willis is trying to, figure out why this autistic kid, his parents got murdered, which turns out to be from the NSA, and he's just trying to protect his kid from the government trying to kill this kid because his kid figured out this code. It's dope as fuck. I enjoy it. It has a lot of great casting in it. Alright, so in this movie, we have Alex Baldwin, Kim Dickens. She's on that one movie with Kevin Bacon and Hollow Man when he goes, invisible. Peter Stormare. You have John Creel Lynch. He's in this. And a lot of faces where you see the faces and you're like, you know exactly who they are. Chad Lindbergh, Richard Rayleigh. Great faces, well-known actors. I enjoy this very, very much. Alright, guys, coming in ninth place. It is your 1989 Look Who's Talking. Yes, he was not an actor in this movie, but he played the voice of Mikey. So yeah, he's in this fucking movie. The Mikey, he's the little kid, the baby, the main person. Yeah, the voice is Bruce Willis. Don't believe me? Go back and listen to the trailer, guys.
Is a little more like it. Hey, here's Mr. Hand here. Wow.
And Bruce Willis as the voice of Mikey.
Help! Help! Put me back in! Put me back in!
So you're the one that's been kicking me.
The one that ate all that spicy food.
Now,
Even though he's not acting in this, but his voice you get a side of Bruce Willis you really don't get to see before. And I absolutely love this movie. I was born in 1990, so pretty much this was me as a kid. Perfect time period, very much nostalgia down the road. But Bruce Willis does a funny comedy voiceover for the kid, for the baby. Listen to it. I absolutely love it. Alright, guys, coming in at 8th place, it is your 2002 Hart's War, where Bruce Willis is playing the colonel of a POW. Great movie. The plot of the story is a law student, which is played by Colin Farrell. He's a lieutenant in World War II. He gets captured, and while he's a POW, he's asked by Bruce Willis as a colonel to be the lawyer for this black prisoner of war, which is American. He's being accused of murder. So, if you're thinking this is a lot of action, it's not. It's really drama, kind of like a court-martial type movie. Fantastic movie, though. Like I said, Colin Farrell, he's in this. Terrence Howard, I fucking love Terrence Howard. Cole Hauser, yep, RIP, he's in this. You have a bunch of people in this movie where you're going to see their faces and you're going to be like, I know that guy. It's one of those movies. Alright, guys, coming in at 7th place, it is Die Hard 3, which is technically called Die Hard with Vengeance. And it came out in 1995. It's the third installment of Die Hard movie, and I fucking love this Die Hard movie. Absolutely enjoy this movie very, very, very much. Why? Because the whole scenery of being in New York City, driving through Central Park, Bruce Willis was on top of his shit, John McClane is his iconic most character of all characters he's ever played. John McClane is the number one character for Bruce Willis. And you got Samuel motherfucking Jackson, dude. Samuel L. Jackson is such a great actor in this movie. Love that shit. No, it's just nice that they went back to the origins of the Gruber brothers. Absolutely love it. The story, the heist, everything about this movie, I enjoy very much. And Bruce was on top of his shit. Alright, guys, coming at 6th place, it is your 2000 M. Night Shyamalan Unbreakable. This movie is great. It's that very superhero movie that we never seen before. Very low budget. It's all about the story. The Joaquin Phoenix movie, The Joker, great resemblance. They both match, in my opinion, a great superhero movie. Unbreakable and Joker, they have that great low budget, stick to the story. Loved it. And Bruce Willis hit a home run in this. It was really dope that M. Night Shyamalan took this movie, he made Split, and then the very end of the movie Split, they had the cameo of Bruce Willis' character, David Dunn, which led to the trilogy of Glass, which was fucking great movie. But I'm going to take Unbreakable over Glass. Alright, guys, coming in at 5th place is probably one of his most iconic movie roles, besides John McClane, is your 1999 M. Night Shyamalan, again, The Sixth Sense. This motherfucker went to work the whole time while he was dead. That would fucking suck. Alright, joking aside though, this movie is one of those movies where we all know where we were when we watched this fucking movie. This movie is what made M. Night Shyamalan who he is. Wow. The twist at the end of Bruce Willis being dead this whole fucking time, that was like the ending of Saw. Bruce in this movie though, he did great job. He played his iconic Bruce Willis, but he doesn't show much emotions. He's just kind of like monotone the whole way. But that's your classic Bruce Willis, man. And I enjoy that shit. Alright, guys, coming in at 4th place, it is your 2003 Tears of the Sun. In my opinion, this is one of those action movies that has been seriously underestimated. It's been like thrown away, put in the corner. I don't know why, but this movie is fucking amazing. Action, action, action. Bruce Willis, of all action, but all right. Die Hard, he's always going to be the best in Die Hard movies. But besides Die Hard, this is the second best action flick of Bruce Willis, by far. And what I mean by action, I mean like give him a gun in his hand action. That is what I mean by action. In this movie, he plays a lieutenant, and he's like a special ops commander, and they go into the Nigeria jungle, and they go to rescue an American doctor. But in the whole process, they end up taking 70 refugees with them, and they save their lives. And in between is just a fucking battle, back and forth with guns. Love it. Love, love, love. I mean, your casting in this is such an alpha male. You have Cole Hauser, Rip from Yellowstone. You have Johnny Messner. He is badass, dude. He's on the Anaconda 2 movie, the captain. Yeah, that big motherfucker. And Tom Skerritt. He's your captain in this. He plays a small role in it, but still, it's great to see him. And you're wondering who Tom Skerritt is? Go watch Top Gun. All right, guys, coming in at 3rd place is your 1997 The Fifth Element. This movie is such a one of a kind. Like, I can't think of a movie besides maybe like Blade Runner or Total Recall. It's that sci-fi element, but Bruce is so fucking hilarious in this movie. He plays like a cab driver that can barely make by paying his fucking bills. He's just scrambling by. And that's your classic Bruce Willis. He's just living it. He reminds me of Han Solo in this movie. Exactly. The whole movie itself is just something that you cannot replicate. They kind of tried in that one no. Your cast is amazing in this. You have Gary Oldman. You have Ian Holm. Yeah, Bilbo Baggins. Chris motherfucking Tucker. Chris Tucker's in this, guys. Tom Lester Jr. from, Friday. That big motherfucker. Yeah, he's in this. And you have a few other people throughout this movie where you're going to see the face and you're going to recognize exactly who they are. But this movie is one of a kind. You're not gonna, I really hope they do not do a remake of this. Leave this alone. Alright guys, I'm coming down to the top 2, and this was actually really tough, but the winner of this has his reason why, and I'll tell you. But coming in at second place is your 1998 Armageddon. This movie is so fucking amazing, guys. So fucking amazing. Michael Bay directed this. Jerry Bruckheimer produced it. Jerry Bruckheimer, The Rock, all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, solid as fuck. Your casting is probably one of the best castings of all fucking movies. Hands down. And not only that, these casting are top shit, all these actors were pretty much peaked right now at this time in 1998. I mean, seriously, besides Bruce Willis, you have Billy Bob Thornton, which I thought was fucking amazing. Ben Affleck killed it. Liv Tyler, her best performance in my opinion. Will Patton, top of his shit. Steve Buscemi. Oh wow, I fucked that up. He's good as fuck. He was on Con Air. William Fechner, Owen Wilson, Michael Clark Duncan, Peter Stormare, Kevin Hudson Campbell. I mean, Keith David, Chris Ellis, Jason Isaacs. Jesus Christ, this fucking movie is fantastic. Marshall Teague, how do you say his fucking name? He is the dude that is on Roadhouse that goes against Patrick, Swayze. That he gets his rope ripped out. Hell yeah, he's in this fucking movie. I just now realized that J.J. Abrams, he had his hand in the screenplay in this. He had his hand in this. No idea till just now. The music was by Trevor Rabin, the composer. Fantastic fucking composer. Overall, this story is probably the best apocalypse story ever. It was the best collaboration. I absolutely love this fucking movie. Hands down. Alright, motherfuckers, coming up first place, you all know, is your 1988 Die Hard. Yes, the best fucking Christmas movie ever.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Nothing is gonna top Bruce Willis' Die Hard, the first movie, being John McClane. John McClane is Bruce Willis, and no one is ever not gonna be another John McClane. They're gonna try and they're gonna fail, but Bruce Willis, it's like Harrison Ford is Han Solo. You're not going to get better than that. This movie is what made Bruce Willis Bruce Willis. This one is very first role, and after this, it just took off. I enjoyed all the Die Hard movies besides the last one. Last one was tough to get through. It was just, But 1, 2, 3, even the fourth one was fucking hilarious with Justin Long. Great. Bruce Willis is never. Die Hard movies are never gonna be the same without Bruce Willis. Alright guys, thank you for listening. Remember, this is just the 10 movies I enjoy of Bruce Willis. And this is for you, Bruce. This is for you. Thank you for what you've done to us. We enjoy your movies very fucking much. This was tough to pick. There was 5-10 more movies I could have easily put in for however reason. But this is for you, Bruce. Thank you for everything you've done for us. And I hope, maybe one day you can come back. But your health is the main reason. So take care of yourself, Bruce. And hopefully we see you another day. Alright, guys. I will see you guys later. If you want to write down in the comments below, what is your guys' favorite Bruce Willis movie? And I want to know why. Please, I'm really curious, guys. Alright, thank you for listening again. Remember, if you go to jail, don't drop the soap.